Hello Floss Tube, it's Julie with Reflections Framing and Stitching. Today is Monday. It is the 3rd of July, 2023. And this is Floss Tube. I have no idea because I didn't look and I'm on vacation. So I don't know what number it is. I don't know when you'll see it. But for those who celebrate the 4th of July, I hope you have a good one. You won't see this until definitely after the 4th of July. Better not be a tick. As you can see, I'm at the cabin. We're having a great time. Everybody else is off tubing today. I am on dog duty. I did not wish to go. It's something like 92 degrees out. I didn't wish to go tubing. I'm more than happy to stay here with the dogs. I have been stitching all morning after I vacuumed and cleaned up and did that kind of thing. And then I've been stitching, so I'm perfectly happy. Enjoying the peace and quiet. The weekend was a little crazy. At the last minute, Abby decided to join us for a couple of days, she and Reese and Hayden. So we had a 1-year-old, a 3-year-old. We have Addie is 6, I think, and Emma is 8. So we had the 4 kids, and sorry, I was just letting the dogs out, and now I feel kind of like I got ticks crawling on me because they're thick out there. So it was a little bit busy this weekend with everybody in and out, and there was kayaking and fishing, and a couple of them went to the swimming pool, and they were out playing slip and slide and badminton and water twister. So there was a little bit of everything going on. And it was busy. It was busy, but it was fun. Like I said, they're tubing today. They'll come home and we'll start getting ready for the 4th of July tomorrow. I think my aunt and 3 of my cousins are coming for the day. So we'll see how that is. Anyway, the reason I decided to start a video today is because, ta-da, I met my goal. Can you believe it? Or be-stand it. That's what one of my kids used to say. Can you be-stand it, Mom? Can you be-stand it, guys? I met a goal. I don't usually set goals because it, to me, makes it kind of like work. But I knew I wanted to get part of this. It's not done. No, not finished. But my goal was to finish the top half of Land That I Love. Well, the top portion. I shouldn't say half. The top portion of Land That I Love. So I now have this whole thing done to here. All done. And that was my goal, was to get that portion done. I'm probably not going to do strawberries in here. I haven't decided for sure what I'm going to do, so which is fine because this is going to go back into the vault for a while I work on some other things. But I wanted to share with you that I met my goal, and I feel fantastic about it. So I hope you can see it. Here you go. Looky there. It's such a pretty piece, and I'm loving it on this blue. So quite proud of myself for meeting that goal, because there were a couple of days where I was like, oh, I don't need to meet that goal. And then I thought, Julie, you set a goal for a reason, so let's just do it. So I did. So there hasn't been a whole lot of progress on anything else, just a little bit. Just a little bit of progress. So, but I wanted for sure to show you this. And then, oh, sorry, I'm really thirsty today. Excuse me. Okay, so one of the other things, I grabbed the wrong bag, I think. Or I had the two bags mixed up and I put some of the stuff I meant to bring in one bag and some of the stuff I meant to bring in the other bag. And so the stuff I really wanted to bring didn't come. So that's been kind of an issue. In fact, the land that I love did not come with me. Dan had to bring it up. So I'm just working on what's in the bag. And one of those things was the village of Hawk Run Hollow. And technically I'm working on block number 8. Technically I think I'm working on block number 8. I think I have 7 done. So I should be working on this one. But I didn't. I dropped down to do the corner one, which for me is this church up here, because I rearranged my blocks a little bit. So I'm working on the church. I think the last time I showed you, I had just finished the windows, which were kind of fun. But now I'm working on that tree, which is not what I would call fun. Tedious. I would call it tedious. I would not call it fun. But I got, probably from about here on up, and I'm working on the weeping willow parts. So it's coming along. Block number 8. I get block number 8 done. I only have 4 to do. So I figure another 4 or 5 years, it'll be done. It'll be done. And then, of course, you go on vacation, you have to have a vacation start. So this was one I was supposed to start at spring retreat, but I didn't get it started. So I thought, well, I'll make this my vacation start. This was a gift from Connie. She knew I was looking for it, and she tracked it down for me. And it's just a very small start. Just the upper left-hand corner. But now that I have I still have, well, I would like to say I still have 3 days to stitch, but I have this afternoon, but the 4th I won't be able to, and probably Wednesday we'll have to start packing everything up. So this might be my last day of actual stitching. Dang. I don't know how that... We've been here a week. I don't know where it went. I truly don't. We've had a lot of fun, though. We really have. There's been some issues. Not going to lie there. There has been some issues. Would have been nice had we known some of these issues. For instance, only one refrigerator is working this year. There's no longer a dishwasher. The garbage disposal does not work. One grill does not work. One bathroom downstairs only has hot water at the sink, and the other bathroom only has cold water at the sink. So at least the one with the toilet, you have hot water to wash your hands, although technically I don't think that really matters as long as you use soap and you wash them for the required amount of time. But you can't brush your teeth I don't want to brush my teeth with scalding, and it's scalding hot water. You can't let the little kids use it. So there are some issues. And hopefully at the end of this video, I will show you why we continue to put up with the issues. They had let the people before us stay until noon, knowing that we were arriving between 1 and 1:30. So you can imagine the cleanliness that we found when we got here. In fact, she told Melanie, she says, yeah, I didn't vacuum the basement. I looked at it, it looked fine to me. I'll mind my own dirt. but I really resent other people's dirt. So we cleaned, and thankfully we brought our own sheets because she did not have time to do sheets, I can tell you that, and there were none in the washing machine. There were none in the dryer. So unless she replaced sheets with and took the dirty ones home with her, which I doubt, the sheets on the beds weren't clean. So anyway, hopefully at the end of the video I will show you some pictures of why we continued to come, despite the issues. But we are having a good time. The weather has been beautiful. Today's really the first hot day. It is hot and muggy today. I think we're supposed to get storms tomorrow, maybe? Or Wednesday, one of the two. Anyway, we've had a couple of storms. Nothing bad. I was kind of hoping for a real good lightning storm, but I think I slept through the only one that we had. So, other than that, I've been working on the piece that will be for retreat, this fall retreat, and I don't normally show people that. I'm just going to show you a hint of the fabric color, and that's it. That's all you're going to get to see, is that right there. You want to see anything more than that, you either got to sign up for retreat or wait until I do a retreat recap in the fall. It's turning out really cute. I'm really pleased with it. So I will be announcing retreat registration when I get back. So if you're interested and you're not on the newsletter list, you should watch the Facebook page because I do post the newsletter there. Other than that, I don't have a whole lot to tell you about. Went and visited my uncle. He's my last remaining uncle. Went and visited him in the nursing home. Thought I was going to die from the heat. He was dressed in sweats. And we were sitting there almost passing out from the heat. I know old people have problems with their circulatory system and they're cold all the time. Whoa. After 2 hours, I was like, okay, I gotta get out of here or I'm going to pass out. But it was good to see him. He did know who we were, which was good. But there were other things he didn't know. So I'm glad we got to see him. And, sorry, thirsty. That's about it. Remy was sick for a few days. We did make it up here without her puking, so the addition of the Dramamine helped. But I think it must have messed up her stomach or something because she didn't eat for 3 days, and the one night she was just, I seriously thought I was going to be getting in the car and driving back to Omaha with her, or to an animal emergency. I don't know if they have those up here. But I was really worried about it. Luckily, Melanie travels with an animal pharmacy, and we started giving her some metronidazole, and she is doing well. So that's good. All the dogs have gotten along together. Yeah. Connie said she did well at the shop. No problems there. I was relieved to hear that. And other than that, I don't know much at all. Like I said, tomorrow's the 4th. Wednesday we'll start gathering our stuff up, and now Melanie says, oh, I wish we could have 2 weeks next year. That's probably not going to happen. I will send a request, but I get the impression the lady doesn't like us much. I don't know why. We leave the place cleaner than when we arrived. We clean up every trace of ourselves, even outdoors where the dogs poop, we clean the poop up immediately. So it's not like we're making her any further work. But we both, Melanie and I both get the idea that we're maybe not her favorite people. So there's that. I don't know that she'll give us more days than the 10 that we booked for next year already. But I can ask. We'll see what happens. It might already be booked. I know it's booked for after we leave. In fact, one of the people that's staying here after we leave has already pulled their camper in. The dog started barking loudly and making a bunch of noise, and of course then they all had to go outside, and you just never know whether they're going to take off running after these people. So luckily they're just dropping their camper off and not staying. But they're going to be out there for a little while, so the dogs and I are going to have to stay inside. So I may add on to this video, so I'm not going to say goodbye yet. But I hope you're having a good week. And I'll see you when I see you. Bye. Okay. So I was just talking about booting Dan out if he doesn't clean up after himself. So I think that might, I don't know. Do I have anything else? Do you want to know anything else? I don't know. I don't know if you want to know anything else or not. Getting these put in the computer. I need to snag some images from her email. New releases, Summer House. So what are your plans for the weekend? I'm going to go home. I'm going to clean. You already know that. Had Abby not been coming, I was going to make Dan go to the... Oh. All right, hold please. Okay, so my day is starting early. Normally nothing happens until 11, but I've got a lady out in the parking lot trying to find me, so I'm going to let you go for now. I'll probably maybe record a little bit again later on. Bye. Hi guys, I'm back. Back in the shop, obviously, home from vacation. We had a fabulous time, for the most part, except for a few issues. The last day we were there, I had taken one of those, I don't know, long, skinny floor mirrors out of the one bedroom and had put it in the bathroom on the counter because whoever built the place and put in the medicine cabinets must have been giants, because all I can see in the mirror is from here up. So I'd taken one of these long skinny ones and set it up on the counter so I could see to do my hair and stuff, and unfortunately when I went to put it away, there was a nail sticking out of the back of it, and I skewered my thumb. So then I had to go and get a tetanus shot yesterday. So my arm is killing me. And then they put a Band-Aid on, and she was so fast, I didn't even notice that she'd put a Band-Aid on, and I'm allergic to Band-Aids, like even the ones for sensitive skin. So I have a rash. I have a sore arm, I have a sore thumb. It was not fun coming home. I wanted to stay in spite of all the issues. But I thought, as long as I'm here, we have stitching today. But I'm going to put a few things into the computer that came in the mail while I was gone. So I thought I would just kind of chat a little bit while I'm doing that. And I don't know, maybe you'll never see it. We'll see. So I got a reorder from Teresa Kogut today. So I got to put that in. I got the Rapid Growth Wisdom Chart. Rapid Growth. I got the Wisdom Chart, which I thought was pretty. The Rapid Growth, which I liked. And this one was probably my favorite, Sweet Land. This is what I'm thinking I might do. You know, my land that I love. That I don't necessarily want to do the strawberries, the band of the strawberries. I'm thinking maybe I would do something like this and just put words in there, whether it's land that I love, or I could put Sweet Land of Liberty, something like that in there, and then to help fill in the space, I don't know, I could maybe do pennies under there, or I don't know, I'll figure something out. But that's kind of what I'm thinking of doing. So, anywho, that's what I'll be putting into the computer. They're already in there, so I just need to add the inventory in. So it won't take me very long to do that. Let's see, what else can I talk about? We've got stitching today. So those ladies will arrive about, they usually stroll in about 11 o'clock. Connie's going to be here again today. She hung out with me yesterday and worked while I played catch up with a lot of things. We had kind of an incident occur while I was gone with a couple of my shop models, which I'm really pretty pissed off about, which I will talk about when I can concentrate on that and tell you about that. Let's see. We have $9 worth of I also got the where is it? There it is. Sorry. I don't want to get too up close and personal. Okay. I also got the with thy hands back in stock. So I was looking at the price, the total for the invoice, and this total, and they weren't matching up. I'm like, what am I missing? Well, that's what I'm missing, is that. It's hard coming back to work after 10 days off. It really is. It's almost not worth it. Almost not worth it. But we did have a good time. A vote was taken. 105, okay. A vote was taken. Adam and I were outvoted. We both voted to go back to Kansas next year. Everyone else voted to come back to the lodge. So in my head, I'm like, okay, well, what's not going to work this time, the next time? Because, you know, are we going to be without a refrigerator completely? Are the washer and dryer not going to work? I don't know. I don't know. We cleaned before we left. We did all of the laundry with the exception of the dish rag and the couple of towels that we used for cleaning. So we cleaned it all so that they can't narc it on us for it being dirty. We've already got it booked for 10 days next year. Print barcodes. This, excuse me for just a minute. I need to, let's see. Oh, we need to. I got a new computer yesterday. My old one was on its way out, and it was 8 years old. It was just time for a new computer, but I don't know how Adam chose which printer to use. I had it preset in the old computer where I just click on which one I wanted and the size, but that's not here anymore. And I don't know where he It was very nice of him to come and set up the computer, but he always does it when he's in a hurry and he can't stick around and make sure that I know what I'm doing. So my regular printer is not functioning. I am not finding I wonder what happens if I do this. Probably it won't fit on there. I don't know. More settings. Do I click on more settings? Ah, here we go. Here we go. Um, 2 1/4 by 1 1/4 is, I think, the size. Print. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed that this is going to work. I think it is. Okay, so let me label things. So the incident that occurred while I was gone, after I moved into this location, they leased the bay that's next to me to a church, and the pastor of that church also does counseling, and his office is right on the other side of this wall over here where my models are, where I usually record. And there's no soundproofing between the two spaces, so I can pretty much hear everything that's going on. The stitchers can pretty much hear everything that's going on. And a couple of weeks ago, there was a very violent fight, argument, something like that. The F word was flying left, right, and center. And I was a little concerned, especially with the way that people are gun happy these days. I was a little bit concerned that, shots were going to be fired from the sounds of this fight. I didn't know if it was the pastor and a client, or the two clients, or who all was involved. I didn't know for sure. But I just knew that I didn't feel safe. So I actually went upstairs, because if shots were fired, I was worried something might come through the wall. I don't know how likely that would be, but I didn't want to find out. So I went upstairs and let the landlord know that it was going on. He came down. He said it was quieter when he came down. But they decided, the pastor then talked to them and apologized. He said, well, I'm sure she probably heard me, and they said, yeah. And then he came and apologized. It was a client and the client's son, and the pastor admitted that he for the first time ever, he felt threatened. So I guess I wasn't making a lot out of nothing if he felt threatened. Anyway, so their solution, it was to put some soundproofing between the two bays. And they let me know right before I was leaving for vacation that they would be doing that while I was gone. And I said, well, that doesn't necessarily work for me, because I don't want anyone else touching my models on the wall, and I don't have time to take them down before I leave. And she said, okay, the landlady said, okay, I'll talk with the guy and see what we can figure out. And then while I was on vacation, she sent me an email, and she was like, oh, he says there's no reason for those pictures to come down. He's going to be working up above in the ceiling. No harm will come to them. blah, blah, blah. And my gut was saying, no, no, no. And I said, I don't know about that. I really don't know. I said, I suppose maybe if he can guarantee that no harm is going to come to them. But, you know, some of the frame jobs on there are, you know, $700-800 frame jobs. And some of them can't be replaced because the frame is no longer available. Could I find something to replace it? I'm sure I could, for most of them. However, one or two of them would be difficult to replace. So she said, no, no, no. He says everything will be fine. So I finally said, okay, if he can guarantee that nothing is going to happen, fine. Well, then I get a call from Connie. They were here the first day she came in to cover for me. And she said, Julie, I'm sorry, I have to tell you, but a couple of your models are damaged. And I'm like, what? She said, yeah, he was using spray foam up above in the ceiling. What does gravity do? Makes things fall. So big globs of spray foam fell on two of my shop models. Luckily, nothing fell on the stitching itself. However, one of them is a difficult fix. The other one is probably okay. I think as far as I know, the frame is still available. But in my Cranberry Christmas, you can see all this white goopy stuff. That doesn't come off, and it's eaten through the finish, and it's down this side and across the bottom some that it's damaged. So I'm going to have to replace that one. Oh, across the top. Sorry, it's all along the top here, and then down the sides here. I don't know how well you can see that, but it did eat right on through, because that stuff is very caustic. So it ate through the frame, the finish on the frame. There's no fixing that. That one will be a fairly easy, replacement. However, it's time that I don't necessarily have. It's going to take time away from other people's framing so I can get it back up on the wall. The other one, however, is going to be more of a problem because this is, I think, been discontinued, and it was a complicated finish anyway. It was never made to come apart. So this was the outer frame, and as you can see, the whole side of it is ruined, and then he's left, his hands were not clean, and he had that stuff on his hands, so there's spots on there that are ruined. But the biggest issue is yeah, it's all along here too. This frame, I don't know that I think they discontinued it. And you're probably thinking, well, just pick a different frame. However, if you know which one this is, it is the little music and books from Little House that I had mounted on the fabric and then framed in the inner frame. This is all glued together. To take it apart and change it, because you're going to want it to match this frame, will ruin everything. This fabric is no longer available. It's all glued. It's glued to the back. Like I said, this was not ever meant to come apart. I don't know if I can get it apart without damaging anything, but it sits inside this frame, for those of you who don't remember seeing it. So it's a double frame. And this frame has to be deep enough to accommodate this frame, and it has to match. The second issue we have is when you do something like that, you have to build out the frame. So there's foam core, and then there's matting to build it out. This is kind of a leather mat. And if memory serves, they have discontinued that, and I don't believe I have any pieces of it left. So I will have to find. What I liked about this, the reason I chose this, is that it reminded me of a leather-bound book. Can I find something else that will look okay? Yeah. But it won't be what I had in my head. So I'm just all around pissed off about the whole thing because I didn't want it done when I wasn't here. I would have put a tarp over all of it and covered it so nothing could happen to it, or I would have taken them all off the wall. That would have been my preference. Let's just take them off the wall, get them out of the line of fire, and then you don't have to worry about it. But no, everything will be fine, they said. It'll be good. We won't even be anywhere near your frames. Right. Supposedly, he's supposed to come in. He's always going to pay for everything. Well, that's, great if I can replace it. But he's not going to. But anyway, I'm just generally all around upset about it. So, there's that. What else came in while I was gone? Not a whole lot, because I knew I didn't want a whole bunch of stuff coming in while I was gone. So the other thing that came in was the next two in the Fragments in Time series from Summer House. Hold on a minute. I'm going to grab the other pillow. Okay, so this is the first one that I made into just a little pillow. I haven't done the second one yet. So this is the third and fourth. And this one is, and I'm sure it probably shows up better than in this picture, but it's a swan. And this is number 3. I think that's really so pretty. It's number 3, and then number 4 is just a vase, an urn. I think it's an urn of flowers. Very pretty. This one has some back stitching in it. Shouldn't be too terribly difficult though. Anyway, so those have come in. Those are not already in the computer, so I will have to take care of that before I can enter them into inventory. What else do I have to tell you? I haven't done any stitching since I got home. We got home on Thursday, and Dan and I went ahead and did put everything away. Normally it would have sat there until the weekend, but Abby is coming with the kids this weekend, and we start our week long of babysitting Louie and Charlie for Alex and Emily. So we spent the Thursday afternoon getting everything completely put away and getting the laundry all done so that was all taken care of. I'll go home after stitching today and vacuum, because Dan's doing construction in what will be the butler's pantry, and has tracked sawdust and sheetrock dust. And I read him the riot act this morning. I said, no. This is not how we're going to do this. You need to treat this job site as if it was the shop at work, because sometimes he uses the shop at his place of employment, and they'd boot him out if he didn't clean up after himself. So I told him I was going to boot him out if he didn't clean up after himself. So, but I'll still have to do all the vacuuming and the mopping and dusting and stuff, because The surfaces are dirty. I'm hoping she doesn't arrive until tomorrow. I can't remember what she told me, whether Saturday night or Sunday morning. But I'll go home after this and I'll get that all taken care of and make him put plastic up. He was supposed to have put plastic up over the door, and he has not done it. So I will make him put plastic over the door to help contain some of the dust from, he's currently putting in the recessed lighting that will be in that room. So he's, cutting the sheetrock on the ceiling. So I don't know. So that's what he's doing. Oops, I heard something. Hold on, please. Okay, that was the landlady just telling me that the guy that ruined the frames he's going to pay for it. So, whatever. So I don't know where I was exactly. So I might stop this and then start it again after I see where I was. So, back in a second. Hello again. Today is it's Sunday afternoon. I'm going to try and finish up the recording part of this video and then start the editing part. Dan and Abby and Hayden are off at Sam's, and Reese is upstairs sleeping, hopefully. So I'm going to try and finish this up quickly. I wanted to let everyone know, because I had talked about it in one of my past videos, how a bunch of us are doing an Owl Forest start along, and I invited all of you to join us. I will be making a hashtag for it on Instagram, and we were kind of waiting to pick a start date, and so we did that last night. We are going to start it on Labor Day. So as far as I know, that's when we're going to start it. If it changes, I'll let you know. But for now, we're planning on starting at Labor Day. So if you want to join us, get your supplies all ready to go. It is not a stitch along per se, because as you all know, I tend to drop out of those. So this is strictly we're all going to start it on the same day. I'm going to make a hashtag on Instagram so we can all post our progress pictures. Should we have any progress pictures, we can all post there and kind of keep track of everybody's stuff. Doreen and I had talked about maybe doing a Zoom on that day when we're starting. I'm not sure the logistics of that. I've done Zooms before, but not for a large quantity of people. But she said we could use her meeting room for that. So I wanted to update you on that. So if you were interested, you could, round up your fabric and your floss and get your chart ready to go. I'm hoping you'll join us. There's a million different patterns that you could choose from. Even several of the gals are doing the freebie. I think it's 100 owls or something like that. That's a freebie. So yeah, just a kind of a fun activity, and hopefully maybe now and again we would touch base with another Zoom call so everyone can see in person what everyone is doing rather than a picture. Stitch a little together, but nothing formal. Don't hold me to anything, because I don't want to disappoint anyone or upset anyone. Shh, 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 shh. Lola, shh, shh. Come here, Lola. Lola, come here. All right, come here. Come on, Lo. Come on. Come on. Oh, there's a good girl. Shh, 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 shh. Don't wake Reese up. Shh, look, you're on screen. Shh, 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 shh. Remy, everybody be quiet. Everybody be quiet. Shh. Okay. So that was one thing I wanted to go over with you. There was another, the information for retreat has been sent out to those on the mailing list, and it's posted on the Reflections Facebook page, should you be interested in that. And the after hours stitch that I have planned for, not this weekend, or this coming Saturday, but the Saturday the 22nd, I believe. We are full. I am pleasantly surprised that we are full. I didn't know for sure, since we've not ever done anything like that before, how it would go, but we are full. So I want to thank everyone that signed up for that. Next Saturday, we're doing Stacy is going to teach a beginning class to, I think the ages are between 11 and 15. Going to teach a beginning cross-stitch class at the shop. So that should be fun and interesting. We'll see how that goes. My niece Katie's going to help with that. And what else do I need to talk about? Probably that's about all I have. I know this video is kind of disjointed, but doing the best I can. After this, I am going to post a bunch of pictures from vacation to kind of give you an idea of why we put up with all the issues that we've had at this place. If you complain, their response is, then don't come. Or they just say you're not welcome back. One of the two. It's always booked. It's really hard to get a time to stay there. So apparently people will overlook the conditions because it's such a beautiful outdoor area. So I hope you take a peek at a few of those pictures. And I have the stuff ready to do a chart of the week video, so I'll be getting that recorded this week and post it next Monday, a week from tomorrow. And that's about it. Tomorrow I gotta go to the bank and sign some papers. I'm getting a haircut, more like a color, because I'm gonna grow my hair out a little bit, I think. And I happened to catch a glimpse of the back of my head one day, and I had this straight line across the back where the hair that was long enough to be dyed, was brown, and then from here down it's gray, and I did not like how that looked. So I'm gonna do something, unless it drives me absolutely crazy. And I could tell her to cut it all off again. I don't know. It could happen. That's all I know, I think. Stitching went well yesterday. It was a smaller group, but it was a lively group. Lots of conversations going on, so that was fun. And then I had Zoom last night. I was working on the retreat piece, so... All right, this has gotten long enough, so I am going to call it a day now and start editing, and hopefully have this ready to go to post tomorrow, Monday the 10th. So y'all have a good week, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Woo.